Alright guys, starting off today's video, we're going to be getting right into it, so hopefully we're going to be picking up from where we left off with the last one. Hopefully, not as long. Whew, what a day. Search official competitions. Yeah, that's what I wanted, search official competitions, or is the competition ended? It might have ended. Yeah, here we go, have been tallied, please wait for the results. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so we should be able to go into ranked battles. That means we should have our team unlocked, right? So we can go into singles here and just verse whatever. I forgot the event was only technically over the weekend. But that's fine. It's not going to throw me off. We'll go with my Appleton team. I actually do like this. I looked into Appleton a little more and its moveset, and no, it doesn't get something like Toxic, which is so disappointing. If this thing could be a Toxic setter, you'd be looking at an absolute beast of a Pokemon, as it survives quite a few poundings as far as damage goes, and can really set the mood for an entire match quite easily. Ooh, this team is, let's see. Not really an issue on anything except for the Excadrill and Trianta, which do counter me pretty hard. I really need to get a decent water Pokemon. I'm thinking of going with Shellos, maybe putting that in place of Scorcher, as that could be a nice swap out. Or maybe since this is a singles team, maybe not running Wismacott. We're going to lead with Corsola though, follow up with Appleton, and then we're going to go for the Toxtricity. Because as long as we don't run into... Yeah, as long as we don't run into the T-Tar or the Excadrill against the Toxtricity, we should be good. Although if I was them, I would definitely be leading with Charizard or Tyranitar Excadrill as my 3 set. Since they counter pretty much everything I'm going to put out here, which is a bit disappointing. I actually really do need a good way to counter some of these, as I just don't have one at the moment. Like, we can counter pretty well with Appleton due to its ability. It only really gets hit hard by the rock moves. So that should be okay. I mean, we got leftovers, we've got Evolite, we've got Throat Spray. We're doing some good damage. But I definitely want to expand my team options going forward, so it's definitely something I want to work on. Alright, 3-on-3 action getting into this. Nice design, I'll give you props. The purple aesthetic and that hairstyle is on point for this character. Alright, Cursula, here we are. Well, Corsola. Cursula's Evo. Not as bulky as our standard Corsola is. So kicking up the Sandstorm, I'm tempted to go for the Calm Mind, only so I can go for Dynamax Scald. Or Dynamax Giga Drain might be better. Hey, how that works sometimes. So just go for Dynamax Giga and then use that as its healing option as well. Like Max Overgrowth because it sets Grassy Train for 5 turns, or do I go for the Rainfall with Scald for Max Geyser? That's probably the better idea. Remove the Sandstorm. Weaken the team if they go for Excadrill. And they should hopefully be able to one-hit pretty well. If not, it'll get us very close and has pretty decent potential. I believe we retain our weak armor, which should be pretty decent. It just means that getting hit by multiple moves is going to hurt. Stealth Rock setup, that's actually okay. The Stealth Rock setup is pretty decent. It's going to be a pain to deal with swap-ins and stuff, but outside of that, we should be fine. As we're doing some decent damage. Not great damage, but decent. And I can actually go for our grass move next turn to set up our own healing, which should be fairly good. And if they swap out, then I'm not too worried. I'm a little annoyed that that was the case when it's hit with a super effective move. Boosting its stats is going to be frustrating. But Max Overgrowth should do the job as far as damage goes. Maybe not knocking it out, but definitely doing a good chunk. Even in a Dynamax state, we should hopefully survive a hit. Would have liked to have been calm-minded, but sometimes I can't get my setup off with this Pokemon in singles, so just gotta take the hits where I can. Like, Calm Mind would have been perfect if they didn't do a Stealth Rock setup. But, well, if I knew they were going to do Stealth Rock more so, but I'll definitely have to build my own Larvitar. I'm surprised that one hit like that. Wow. The OH and K right there. OH-OK. Let's go. I want to go Appleton because I'm weak against ground types so bad, but such is the life. It sucks, especially since ground types seem to be super common lately. So even if I block this attack, I'm still going to be hit pretty hard, which is disappointing. Can at least go with the energy ball. I just have to accept max darkness damage here. Although max darkness shouldn't be a very strong move. Surely. Yeah, Appleton just managing to survive. Interesting. Almost took it out. Not really good enough, to be honest, even though that was a critical. I was hoping at least if I could have got the takeout, it would have been alright. And I think even with Protect, we're not going to survive. So there's nothing I can really do because I'm going to get outsped. Maybe I set up a Trick Room team in future for doubles with Appleton. That could be really cool. Max Quake. Accept the damage. At least that'll make that disappear now. Although we are going up against probably the worst matchup next. I'm just hoping I can outspeed. I really don't get much luck in these videos, which is a bit disappointing. I get really close games sometimes. Other times you can just get completely swept, which makes it hard to make a nice video for you guys, especially since I'm still learning as I go. Like, I would love to go shift gears here, although I'm just not going to survive if I go shift gears. At least Drain Punch should hopefully beat this out. Perfect. And I can make up some of that damage I took. Make up all of it, which is great. T-Tar is down. So if I could go shift gears, I'll be okay. Depends on what team they picked. Because if I can get my setup with shift gears, then I am absolutely set. Of course, it had to be Rillaboom. Great. Drain Punch again, that was the wrong move. I accidentally clicked A too many times, but guess we'll take it. Yeah, not great. Knockoff, that's fine, I guess. God, why is that so effective? Ow. Come on, guys. I want to go shift gear, but I'm not going to survive another knockoff at this rate, so Drain Punch it is to make up some of that health. Hope for a crit would have been good. It should push us up over the halfway mark. Hopefully enough to stay out of range. God, just, yeah. All my Pokemon are EV trained and IV spreaded and, like, positive nature sets, and still, it's so hard even in the early ranks in Sword and Shield compared to what, like, Sun and Moon was like. Like, X and Y Sun and Moon's meta was nowhere near this harsh to me. We'll see what we can do with this. Earthquake. Excadrill so damn fast. Whoa. Unbelievable. Toxtricity, I would have expected to be a much faster Pokemon, to be honest. But getting taken out in one hit like that, well, obviously not one hit, I already took some damage, but being able to be outsped by an Excadrill, which is a fat mole, really hurts my feelings a little bit. Alright, we'll see what else we can find then. Let's see what they were actually running. So, choice specs, not really great. Hate trying to look through these Pokemon sometimes. Assault Burst, Scarf, Weakness. Yeah, so Weakness policy gives you an attack and special attack increase. Not a bad option. Was this a Solar Power Charizard? That is nice. I really want to get my hands on one of those. I don't mind sunsetting teams. Continue battling, sure, why not? We'll give it another go. We're only 10 minutes in. And we're one loss down for our first ranked battle. I have done a few games in the competition with this, and that was okay. Not that I did too many games in the competition. But I'll definitely be working on some new Pokemon for next video, so keep an eye out, as I definitely want to try some new things. Alright. They got an egg. Okay, so technically they've only got 5 Pokemon to pick from. The T-Tar is the worst nightmare, and the Colossal is bad. So, Appleton, early on. Plus Corsola. Actually, yeah, no, plus Corsola. Or do I... Actually, what I'll do... Okay. So what I'll do is... I'm going to go Wismacott. Then I'm going to go Appleton. Then I'm going to go Corsola. We counter most Pokemon in their team fairly well with that spread. But my main goal here is that Wismacott can set up the early Tailwind, which will then hopefully allow us to easily take some stuff out. And if they set up something that's weak against grass moves, Wismacott's actually pretty decent. And I think this team is actually a less competitively viable one, so my learning curve hopefully won't be as bad against this guy. Alright, here we go. Okay, Tailwind. They're probably going to go Shift Gears, to be honest, because they know Wismacott's a setup. Probably should get a Leech Seed or something. That's what I need on this. That's fine. Wismacott 1 health. That's kind of what I wanted, to be honest. Do I swap out here? No, because it's not going to matter because I can't attack anyway. Which one has a higher damage rating? Moonblast, so we'll go with that, even though it's not... No, it's still Stab, isn't it? Because this is a Grass Fairy type. So that'll be fine. It's not the best damage, but it's something. There we go. And I'll accept that. That's fine. Alright, now we set up with... probably Corsola. No, they're both effective. They're not super effective. Yeah, no, Corsola's fine, actually. I can probably go even a Calm Mind and then do the Dynamax. I think that'll work. They haven't gone for any setup here, so hopefully if I do go for setup, I can get a little bit of an edge and just kind of sweep from there. We'll see if I made the right choice. Ooh, withdrew. Perfect. That's actually ideal. Yes, Toxapex. Perfect target. Like, that thing is powerful, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of damage. That is for sure. I actually got a Toxapex lined up to EV train and level up already, so I can't wait to mess with that again too. So we'll go for Max Overgrowth. I could go for the Dynamax on the Appleton, although I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to try and use this for their massive setup, and I don't want that to happen, so I think we just take it out as quickly as we can. Alright, here we go. A nice 250 body Corsola. Max Overgrowth. Tailwind behind us, giving us that little bit of an edge. I know Toxapex is bulky, but... Alright, what's Toxapex's move? Haze, alright. Interesting. All stats changes were eliminated, makes sense. Bit disappointing, but that should be fine. I can just basically keep going for Max Overgrowth and deal a massive amount of damage. Doesn't really matter what they swap into, because looking at their team composition, there isn't that much that's too dangerous to me. As long as this thing doesn't have a crazy moveset, I should be okay. But Haze Toxapex is pretty good. That thing is sick, Dynamax, that's for sure. Oh, Max Guard, buying themselves a turn. They can only do that once. Makes sense though, they're aiming for the healing. thing is, if they wasted one turn already, that means that they've only got 2 left, which means this turn, which is pretty even, should be fine. And they went for a guard, which obviously failed because you can't usually protect twice in a row very effectively. Alright, there we go. It's not a lot of damage, but it's better than none. Now we're going to shrink down, which means I might go for Calm Mind. We'll see if they go for Haze or not. That way if they use an attack in Dynamax, hopefully I can avoid it. Max Geyser though goes off first, Tailwind obviously worn off. That's fine, didn't even take that much damage to be honest. And they can't go for Haze till next turn, so that's good. And if they go for Haze, it does waste their turn, so that kind of works for us. Alright. I believe we'll never be gaining health because my move is a energy Giga Drain, so I'm only going to gain stats as long as this battle goes out. Giga Drain. Let's see what they go for. Haze, yep, makes sense. Which is again fine. Wasting a turn on Haze works for me. Especially since we're gaining health back. We get our own little bit back. Almost bringing us to max. Grassy Train finally ending. We can go for another Giga Drain. Scold, that's not really the best move to end up going against, but we'll take it. Of course they inflict Burn. Burn is literally the one thing I can't stand. Since there is no easy way to get rid of it. Most other effects wear off with time. Burn just doesn't do that. So now I'm banking on the fact that I can deal more damage quicker and heal at the same time. So we'll see. Alright, there we go. Another good Giga Drain. I'd love to get a critical. That would be too good if I could. God, that black sludge is hurting me though. Whew. So I think I do need a good setup Pokemon at least. Oh, Baneful Bunker, come on. Protected itself. Giga Drain's not going to work because protecting. Luckily we don't take damage or anything because we didn't deal physical damage. Rain finally wears off as well. I could go for my own Scold, but being not very effective, it does seem kind of pointless until I run out of play points in Giga Drain. So now they should lose the advantage with Scold at least. I'm hoping I can gain the edge. It's not bad. The healing's a little frustrating still, but we're keeping things pretty even at this point. I just need to be able to turn the tide of battle. Come on. Baneful Bunker. Being able to do that every second turn is gonna hurt us so bad. Come on, Corsola. Oof. Taking the damage. Come on. Show me the money. Critical hit Giga Drain. That's my last hope for a decent move this turn. Otherwise I'll be moving on to Scold to try and get a decent burn on them. Counteract their sludge. Alright. Not the best. Going up against like tanky Pokemon does make for slower games for sure. If I go Calm Mind, they're just going to counter with Haze. so there's no point doing that. Bunker, not really a concern. This is why I wish Appleton had a stat inflicting move. Because, like, you see Toxpex here is just, like, crazy good. Appleton would be absolutely insane if it had something like Toxic in its moveset. Scald, hope for my own burn, 30% chance I think it is. Oh, it was a critical. Still doesn't get burned off. They really should make that guarantee on a crit. And I'm not going to survive the next attack, so no point worrying about it since I'm going to lose this anyway. I feel like I always get walled out by something. Now they're even recovering. Look at that. They're not even worried about me. I really need this burn to work in my favor. Come on, burn. My last hope. Oh, come on. How come I never get burned off? Come on, guys. This is so unfair. I swear, I've used Corsola with Scald probably like 20 times total. And I haven't had a single burn off that. Which just hurts my feelings so much. I can't do much other than Energy Ball, so Energy Ball it is. Don't know what they're going to do. We still don't know what one of their Pokemon are, and I doubt I can 3-1, so this match is probably going down the drain pretty quickly. Whenever I sit up to record, I seem to get like some of the worst matches. When I'm playing on my own, I get some pretty even matches overall. It's crazy how bad some of these can be. Ah, oh, T-Tar, come on. At least I chose Energy Ball, which is super effective against T-Tar, so as long as we land, we should be good here. There we go. Good chunk of damage. Debating on if I should block this out or not with Protect. But I'm thinking I just hit it with another Energy Ball since I don't really need to worry. Oh, Ice Punch. Okay, lucky I got Thick Fat. So it's not a one-hit kill. Although I can't really do much next turn against it, so that's a little disappointing. Since I am going to be outsped at pretty much every attempt, all I can really do is Protect, buy ourselves a turn here. Yep, Ice Punch. I can't believe how powerful Tyranitar can be sometimes. It just makes me wonder how that thing is so busted. Okay. So, Energy Ball, I guess, because if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose now. Yep, there we go. Appleton out. I would have thought Thick Fat would have done a bit better. It just doesn't seem to take enough bulky damage, which is disappointing. I really need it to take that damage for me. Alright, we'll see if we can make up for it with the one more game. I accidentally clicked casual. That's exactly what I do sometimes. By complete accident. There we go. Alright, singles format. We'll see if we can redeem ourselves. Otherwise, I'm definitely going to have to scrap this team and go back to the drawing board on designing a team. I know I'm weak against ground. It's a huge issue with this team right now. I definitely need to make some decent improvements. I think Appleton is a solid choice and a really good Pokemon. I think I want to include a Toxapex. Maybe if it learns Toxic, which I think it does, I can use it as a barrier set as well, and basically just toxic enemies down and out as much as possible. And then maybe include a third Pokemon that deals with poison types really well, while also avoiding upsetting my toxic set. Like I said, Appleton's a great Pokemon. It does a lot of defensive plays. I need something to get that setup out. So maybe if I can do that, I'll be alright. Maybe Toxic Spikes, although I don't know if that would be the best way to do it. Running. Alright, another interesting team. Ditto's a nightmare if I go Appleton. We might just go all in on this and go with the... We'll go with the Cursor, Santa Scorcher. No, not Santa. Maybe Santa Scorcher. Yeah, we'll go Santa Scorcher, and we might even go Toxtricity this time. That'll do. I might lead off with Santa Scorcher actually. Although I feel like they're going to lead with Excadrill. But if they lead with anything that isn't Excadrill, I should be fine for one turn. Which might give me a chance to get Coil off. Although if I use Coil and then have to switch, there's not much point. So we might work on that and see what we can do. Alright, let's see what they got. Show me what you got. Come on. Alright. Oh, cool. Cool. It's not the best matchup because they do know water moves typically, but we've got Coil, which is pretty decent at boosting our attack and our defense, as well as its accuracy, so we could go for that. Could also go for Will-O-Wisp, which I think works on this from memory. Set up the early burn. Because I do actually, this is a burn setter, so Santa Scorcher can be okay. This might work out. There we go. Guaranteed burn. Shadow Ball. Actually not that bad. Looks like they're not running a water move, otherwise you probably wouldn't go for Shadow Ball normally. Unless they're expecting the switch. Might go Coil. If they're only going to go with something like Shadow Ball, Coil looks like a good setup move. There we go. Raise our attack and our defense. And our accuracy. Will-O-Wisp doesn't affect me because it's fire. They're actually raising my stats higher, I think, is Flash Fire. Or is it just not affected? Must just be not affected from Will-O-Wisp. Or it doesn't trigger the increase, at least. Fire Lash, why not? It's not going to hurt us. Oh, Protect, okay. Pity I didn't go for another Coil, honestly. Definitely going to go for the Fire Lash this time, though. Then I'll go probably Coil next because they might go for the Protect. This is much more my level of competition, to be fair. I'm definitely no Pokemon competitive expert. But I'm getting there as learning. Slow and steady. Alright, Defense fell. Strength Sap, interesting. What did they actually do? Attack fell. Alright. So... Oh, and they increased their HP. That's, not okay in any situation here. Coil will further increase our stats then. Oh, they went for the withdraw. Perfect. Coil's going to be great here. Yep, that's completely fine with me. We're going to Will-O-Wisp this too, I think. So we can get that burn. And I believe these things typically are physical unless it's a mixed sweeper. So if it is a physical attacker, our defense should be reasonable. It looks like it's going to be mixed though with Hydro Pump, so that's bad. Here we go. That's going to just survive. Nice. I'm debating on whether I swap out or whether I just leave this in. I know they're going Hydro Pump. What would be a good swap in, to be honest? Hydro Pump against a Water type where I don't have any effective moves, or against Corsola where I have the Ice effective move. We do lose our buffs, but we've already got the burn down, so now it's just bulk. Alright, that's fine. We'll probably take good damage. Yep. Cool. If they go for a ghost move, we're pretty screwed, to be honest. Especially since they're definitely going to outspeed us. So I feel like we're going to get screwed over by this no matter what here. It's especially with Dynamax. But maybe I can buy myself some time. That could work out. I feel like I'm always getting blocked out by one Pokemon that I can't deal with. In this case, it's this Dracopult. Like, I can't deal with this. I just don't have a way to do so. And it has such a wide move pool that I don't have a counter. So it does make this quite difficult. If I bought Appleton, it still would have been awkward. But at least it should have been bulky enough to survive. I've only got not very effective moves here with Toxicity, and Center Scorcher, again, same problem. So I can't really do anything. I've definitely made the wrong choice with these Pokemon. And we'll definitely be visiting the Team Maker. We'll go Shift Gears because I can't do anything against this as far as damage without a buff. At least if I bought something with Protect, I could have bought myself some time for Burn to really whittle them down. Or if I had been using my other team, I could have at least went Dracopult versus Dracopult, which would have been okay. Oh, did we survive? I think we just did. Wow. They did decrease our attack, not like we need it. This will increase our speed as well though, so that's a bonus. So speed sharply and attack basically. So all I can really do is go Overdrive. Which is okay damage considering. And now we're gone. That's what I mean, they got such a crazy move pool. And as a mixed sweeper, I can't really do a lot against it. At least if it was just a physical sweeper, my physical defenses would have been okay with Corsola. But mixed, it's just like, how do I deal with this? Can't even like really Dynamax against this. Because even if I do, I'm probably still going to be outsped here. Which is such a disappointment because this match started out so good. Guess I can go Max Guard. I mean, that'll buy us some time. Maybe Burn can really affect him at that point. But I've definitely got a lot of Pokemon I want to look into. Phalanx being one of them because it's such a cool looking Pokemon. Here we go, Hydro Pump, Max Guard. Simple burn damage. Max Flutterby because it doesn't really matter which one I use, they're both not very effective. Hydro Pump goes first and I avoid it. Miracles never cease to amaze me right here. And that was actually some good damage. So if we can actually avoid the next attack, we stand a chance. The odds of that happening, don't see it as being very high to be honest. If by some miracle we survive, it's definitely not going to be easy. I probably should have just went for Max Guard. Although if I want to win this, I really did need to make contact anyway, so... Oh, that's such a pity. That could have been so good. Well, I guess we accept 3 losses. You guys are slowly seeing my progress, hopefully, though. So, hopefully we're making some difference overall. I do want to check out what moveset that Dracopult was using if they're going to show us. It doesn't look like they are, though. Sometimes. Here we go. Alright, let's see what was in that Dracopult set. I've also got a Mimikyu that I want to do as well. Infiltrator is pretty straightforward. Yeah, so it looks like it's a... Yeah, has to be mixed. Show Shadow Ball, Dragon Pulse, Hydro Pump, and Bite. Although it looks... Okay. Mostly special. Bite being a weird kind of outlier. Probably just wanted a decent dark move. And its choice specs. Really? Most Pokemon are curious doing other specs. It only allows it to use one move. Okay. So that's... So So when they were locked into a move, they would have been locked in. Impressive. Of course, Rotom. Weirdly going for a normal Rotom with no extras like Wash or Heat. Interesting. Choice Scarf. Metamorph. Makes sense for Ditto. And of course the Evolite Course Lab. Very similar to what we're running. Looks like they're running a fairly different build though. Strength Sap is an interesting one that I haven't thought about running. I may have to consider doing that myself and maybe setting up a Will-O-Wisp Protect set as well instead of what I'm running, as that probably would be an overall better move set, and Shadow Ball's good coverage, so they definitely have the right move on Corsola. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Hopefully next video we'll have a new team, new move sets, stuff that I can try out and hopefully get some wins and have some better team coverage. So until then guys, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you then.